Today I messed up by picking the wrong flower. I am a triathlete, so long weekend bike rides are a thing for me. Usually, when nature calls, I'm able to find a place, but this past weekend, I had a very urgent call. After a few prayers and curses, I realized I wasn't going to make it any further, and ducked into a shaded area in a snobbish neighborhood and did what I've never ever had to do before. Shit in the trees. Admittedly, it was a true emergency, and I had no other option, but I felt shame and I felt dirty. I also needed to wipe and I wasn't going to use one of my $20/PR socks. So, and here's where I fucked up, I grabbed a leaf. A biggish green leaf growing from a plant in the ground. It was one of 3 leaves and it was enough to do its job. I mean, I thought I knew what poison ivy looked like. Leave of 3. Waxy. Vines. Only one of the 3 made the list. Plus, I'd probably been exposed to it in the past and nothing has happened yet. So I wiped my holiest of holes and was on my way with 20 miles or so left to get home. That was 3 days ago. Later that evening, my butthole started itching pretty good. I attributed it to a possible hemorrhoid. And yesterday, I got an itchy spot on my cheeks. Just next to the hole. I figured something was up, but didn't give it a thought until my morning run this morning and it clicked. And now, I sit up because the rash has spread to an area all around the side of my poop hole, and I have excruciating itch. Just picked up some oral and topical steroids from a tele doctor call, but I'm miserable. Note to self, next time use the $20 socks. Today I messed up by being adventurous in bed. Partner and I were feeling adventurous so we put on some porn for inspiration. We use Cakeslip, because the videos are short and has a lot of amateur stuff for us to imitate. We found one in which the couple were doing it in an acrobatic style, and since we were both kinda drunk we felt we could imitate them just as well. Dumb decision in retrospect. Well, we tried to recreate it, and just as I positioned myself over my partner and began I lost my balance, stumbled and did a full face plant off my bed and onto the floor. Fortunately I managed to break my fall somewhat by pulling on my partner and dragging her down as well, but now I have a bruised nose, some swelling, and a GF who won't stop making fun of me. I'm pretty sure the neighbors heard me plant my face as well, but since I'm too embarrassed to tell them of my lack of athleticism, I'm just gonna let them wonder how I managed to fuck up my face. Today I messed up by not opening a present from my aunt for 11 plus years because I thought she hated me. I grew up with a Catholic father and a Jewish mother. I was raised Jewish, and my dad's side was so supportive of my parents' marriage. They loved coming over for the different holidays to learn the traditions. They had kosher food at family gatherings, and loved talking about how great my bat mitzvah was even though they didn't understand a word of it. They were all still observant Catholics, and so we went to my cousin's baptisms and communions and whatnot. But when I was about 14, one of the sermons given at a baptism was about non-believers going to HLL, specifically referencing Jewish people and gay people. My mom was livid and told my dad's side we wouldn't speak to them if they continued to go to that church. My one aunt not only didn't leave the church but ended up teaching Sunday school there. We stopped speaking to her completely, and my mom passed away a few years after that. My aunt tried to reach out to me and left me very sweet voicemails checking in on me from time to time. I wanted to answer but part of me wanted to abide by my mom's rules still. When I was 21, I came out as a lesbian to my family, and I was expecting my dad to be accepting of it, but since my mom's passing he had changed and was going to church a lot, praying more, and he basically responded with saying he didn't want to hear about that or talk about it. I moved away, hurt, and feeling my hometown was no longer home for me. My dad came for a visit a couple years after I left, we reconciled a bit, and he brought a gift-wrapped birthday present from my aunt, no card. From the weight and shape of it, I assumed it was going to be a religious book of sorts, and didn't want to feel hurt again, and I don't know why I didn't throw it away, but instead, I just put it in a box under the bed. When I was 25, she passed away from breast cancer. I did go to the funeral, but my dad's side was pretty cold towards me and I traveled home as soon as I could. I'm now 33, and I've been decluttering a bit as I unpack boxes in my new home with my wife. I came across the still-wrapped present that came with no card, and it was a copy of Fun Home, a book where one of the main plot points is the author revisiting her past and her journey to coming out. I guess my aunt had left the church after my mom passed, but no one spoke about it or told me, and that if I had reached back out to her, she may have been the comfort and acceptance I sought from my dad when I came out. I don't have many regrets in my life to be honest, but not opening that present sooner and not reconnecting with my aunt is definitely one of them. I wish I hadn't been so hard-headed and made a judgment call for myself by just answering the phone and having a conversation. I wish I knew why she chose that book, and if she had read it herself. I wish she knew how much opening that gift now brought a smile and tears to me. Today I messed up, I got my GF pregnant and I'm freaking out. Today I fucked up by getting my 19-year-old GF pregnant. Last Sunday my GF was at my place as our plans to hang out that day was just chilling at my place, when randomly her friends started to send her TikToks saying this initial is pregnant with the letter of my GF's name. Now for some context, she has had late periods in the past that has scared us into buying pregnancy test, so I had one left over at my house. Her period was supposed to start that day too, according to iPhone health app, and so I jokingly said should we take a test as we both seemingly started to assume one of us is infertile cause every test in the past has always been negative. She took the test and it was positive. Then we went to buy 5 more and all the same. Now I'm 20 years old and have been with my current GF for almost 2 years, but 5-ish years total of on and off again-ness. I currently live alone in a very small studio without a kitchen. It's basically a small hotel room. I have a full-time job making $21 an hour but still struggle very much as my rent is $1,100. I earn 1,200 a check, so basically I have to live off every other check, making it feel like I only get paid once a month. I have almost nothing in savings. I have no idea what to do and I'm stressing out. I'd gotta tell my family. It seems like it is not going to be aborted. Today I messed up by making my bully co-worker cry. My co-worker Z is disabled from the waist down. We've been working in the same office for 3 years. She is the most obnoxious loudmouth to ever breathe on this planet, because of which I never hang around her, but she has these two friends who keep poking fun at people and think they are the funniest people around. COVID was pretty bad for my family and my coping mechanism has been binge eating, which led me to gain weight. Some co-workers told me that she has been calling me Snorlax behind my back, but I didn't care cause she didn't say it to my face. A few days ago, we had a team building exercise and had to give each other endearing names and she named me Snorlax and everybody started to laugh. I said that I didn't find that funny and decided to not participate any further. The HR called me in and told me that it wasn't meant in a mean spirit and that I shouldn't take it to heart cause being silly is Z's nature, but she said that she was going to talk to Z and ask her to not call me that again. Our team has a WhatsApp group and the next evening Z shared a video of a fat man dancing without a shirt and wrote cough cough a happy Pokemon. This was extremely petty, so I confronted her about it next day and she tells me that she was only joking and I shouldn't take it to heart. I said that I was going to complain to the HR and she asked me to go ahead, and when I moved a few steps away I heard people laughing. When I turned I saw that she was imitating the guy from the video. I yelled at her that it would have been actually funny if she could rise up on her 2 feet and then dance. And I said again that she should get up from her chair to make everybody laugh. She started to cry, like she absolutely lost it. I thought that she was only faking it for sympathy, but they had to take her to see a doctor cause she wouldn't stop crying. Now I'm suspended for 2 weeks and I don't know how that will reflect on my performance review in the future. I was working my ass off for a promotion. I think Z has some serious issues and I rubbed her wrong.